With coronavirus ravaging the globe and the continent of Africa, it would seem that life still has to go on as Ghana continues the compilation of a new voters register with the approval of the Electoral Commission (EC), despite a fight back from the main opposition National Democratic Congress (NDC). The EC's position was announced yesterday after a meeting of the Inter-Party Advisory Committee (IPAC). The process is set to begin in June this year and will last a period of 40 days. The EC had suspended the start of the compilation due to the coronavirus. The EC says it will observe all necessary health protocols in the process. Ghana COVID-19 cases passed 7,000 when an additional 309 cases were reported. The national tally now stands at 7,117, with Greater Accra alone accounting for over 5,000 cases. The recoveries have reached 2,317 with 34 deaths. To talk about this and more, we have joining us from Accra, Ghana, Manager of YaliTu, Selassie Asuo. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Now, with coronavirus cases still recorded in Ghana, voters' registration has been approved. How does that sit with most Ghanaians?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to be on Plus TV Africa. Currently, as I will speak, this morning, the cases have risen up as of yesterday night to 7,303 with 2,412 recoveries. It's been receiving a lot of mixed feelings because this virus, as we all are aware, has caused a lot of panic across the world, and people are wondering and are disturbed that at this very moment, at this juncture, the Electoral Commission deems it very fit for such a process to go on, where it's going to bring a lot of people together across the nation, and it's been of concern.
Okay.
This process will be put on hold a period until the transmission or the infection rate is monitored and balanced unto a point before the process goes on. But the leadership of the Electoral Commission think that a lot has been put in place. The government is aware, the executive is aware of what they are doing, and it is in the favor of the country for this process to go on.
Okay, the network went off for a bit, but I think we got what you were saying. I just want to know, what is the reality on the ground? Because Ghana seems to be moving on with life in spite of the pandemic.
Certainly, some few weeks ago, we had a partial lockdown where some of the urban areas of Ghana, the urban cities of Ghana, including Accra, that's Kumasi, Takoradi, and some other cities were on partial lockdown. Nevertheless, that was lifted up and it opened way for some level of economic activities. Nevertheless, some people, especially young people, have lost their jobs because some of the companies have not reopened as we speak. Some of the companies also are operating from home, so the current use of digital platforms has been encouraged. So a lot of people are working from home. Schools are still not reopened. And as we speak, the government has given some restrictions to hotels, bars, restaurants, not to open up to public operation except for pick-up services. So it has had an effect, especially on the tourism industry of the country, which is one of the viable sectors of the country, and also on the creative arts industry. A lot of the musicians and other players of the industry have been complaining vehemently about the fact that it has had an effect on their economy. It has had an effect on their income and revenue streams, and this trickles down to other young people, especially.
Talking young people, entrepreneurs particularly, so let's say Ghana, like Nigeria, has a teeming youth population. How has the virus affected the activities and, their entrepreneurial spirit from your position being in the media and interacting with these young people?
Certainly, it has had this effect because a lot of young people in the country were not expecting this, so it has had an effect. Currently, the good news is that the government has 100 million, and it's being opened by the National Board for Small Scale Industry, which is opening up the opportunity to young people and young entrepreneurs who are at the small scale level to apply to get a stimulus package that will support their businesses. Nevertheless, I can say as a matter of fact that it has really affected businesses. For instance, employment rates have dropped because more young people have lost their jobs because some companies have folded up. And this, in fact, has really affected a lot of young people in the country.
If you were to have the opportunity and should the government in your country be watching and listening to you, what areas would you want them to focus on for a more positive impact post-COVID-19 and even now?
I would say food security. Food security falls number one on the list for me because as we speak, a lot of agricultural activities will have dropped. But I mean, the world at this moment is consuming a lot of food because movement is restricted. So I would advise the government to put a lot of effort into developing or expanding the agricultural sector by ensuring that that will also help to employ more young people. So if there could be a special project nationally, not only in Ghana but across West Africa, that will really help because a lot of the part of West Africa is arable, and I believe that this could be one of the opportunities to revolutionize the agricultural sector. Also, I see another viable place or area of investment being into the industrialization, ensuring that Ghana depends less on importation and we produce what we need. So, I mean, these two areas are very critical for me. And then the educational sector. Also, I will also advise the government to invest more into digital education to ensure that a lot more people, a lot more institutions at the tertiary and the secondary level have access to digital learning platforms that will ensure that even as we warm back into normalcy, we will be able to educate more people, reach more young people, and make sure that more young people are involved in the educational program as it is now that a lot of schools are down. So I would say agriculture, industrialization, and then education.
Thank you very much, Selassie, for your time on the news.
It's an honor.